oh, now you're not going to get married because you have this job. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it just really speaks to what women valued during that time.
And, in the journal, in the Jackson Journal, the position she's even given is writing for this column about cleaning.
Yeah. It's
how to do cleaning.
So even when she's branching out of the normal, you know, job, you know, list for women, she's still writing about things that women are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really speaks to that issue in society mm-hmm. during that time. And especially with the classism, definitely that's between Celia and Hilly. Because, you know, Hilly represents this high-class symbol status, you know.
Her husband's running for state senate.
Yeah, state senate.
He loses, haha.
And, you know, Celia, throughout the novel, she really, really works to try and get up there in like, the social class. But what I really liked was that by the end of the novel, Celia was able to understand that it's more about personality.
Yeah.
Than about where you stand in the hierarchy of social life.
I think that's kind of interesting that she was able to see. I think she was really able to see that white versus black doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But she wasn't able to see that I'm having trouble phrasing this. The class doesn't matter.
The class division, the class barrier
doesn't matter as much.
Yes.
I think I would have expected her to kind of see like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be friends with who I want regardless of their class. I would have expected characters to see that before they see the racism thing.
In some elements,
so
she was ahead of the others because she understood that she didn't really perceive a racial barrier. She just thought that she could be friends with her maid, you know. That barrier didn't really exist for her, but that class barrier still did exist. So I think that was where the book really went above and beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, just developing all those barriers, all those flaws that were in society during that time. And I just wanted to talk about the use of dialect. I know that you already mentioned that. But definitely I think that dialect, it did add realism to
Mm-hmm.
Aibelline's character, and it gave her a distinct voice, and I really think it spoke to her dream as a writer as well. Because, you know, throughout the novel, she did want to write and did want to get her words out there, and she has a very distinct voice and a very, very distinct style.
Yeah, and I think it's really great that her voice is distinct from Minnie's.
Yeah.
It's very easy to just broad stereotype, mm-hmm. Oh, well, this is how black women talk.
Yes.
But they do have distinct voices.
Mm-hmm. And also, so the novel is, the way that it's chaptered, each chapter is in the point of view of a specific woman. I know that I have read books in the past where if I stop reading in the middle of a chapter, I have to go back and look and be like, oh, whose point of view am I reading again? I forgot. But with this book, I could always tell.
Always tell.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah. I always knew.
I mean, each voice was so distinct, and I think that as an author, that's a great skill to have when you're writing a book, especially of this style with the different point of views.
Yeah, I think the a really great thing about having the different points of view in here is that all three of the points of view are very important.
Mm-hmm. And I think each of them touch on different flaws of society, which it helps emphasize that.
Yeah. You need to have Skeeter's voice as what this white woman felt, but you really need to have what the black characters felt.
Yes.
And having an older black woman versus a younger black woman, mm-hmm. Having a black woman with a large family versus a black woman who the husband was never in the picture and her son died a couple years ago.
And I mean, also definitely with point of view, I think it was very interesting that they had the one chapter that was the point of view of the benefit, and it went momentarily into third person, and that was the point
third
where
person
omniscient, where all the characters were in one space.
Mm-hmm.
All of them were gathered in one space, and it was kind of like a turning point in the novel.
It was,
and it signified to readers that
certainly for Celia,
things are changing. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that chapter really showed me why I'm glad that it wasn't entirely in third person.
Yes.
Because that would have been so confusing.
So many things to keep track of. So definitely the structure, it helps.
And I also think the first person, this book is very touchy. I think it's really touchy-feely. What are your emotions? How do you feel about this?
And connect with the characters.
Yeah, I think you really need to have the first person for the majority of that novel to really get that.
Exactly. So overall, I initially rated this book 5 stars, but I do see your points about, some of the negatives. Definitely the pacing can be a little bit slow at times, a little bit out of place. But yeah.
Did I say my rating? I think
you did say your rating.
Okay. I can't remember. Okay. So overall, The Help is a very impactful novel. Everyone should have a chance to experience it for themselves. If you wish to form your own opinions about what we've discussed, The Help is available at most bookstores.
Okay.